Sean, as we kind of open up this discussion, can you describe the difference between the secular world's idea of what love is, or chasing love, and what's the Bible describes?
Yeah, in our secular world, I think sometimes they get love right. It's important to point this out. So we'll recall Jesus said, "Greater love have no man this, that a man lay down his life for a friend." Jesus said, "Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church, and he sacrificed himself for her." Well, what's interesting is in the recent Marvel films over 10 years that climaxed in Infinity War and Endgame, the hero of this, of course, is Iron Man, who sacrificially lays down his life as the real hero, arguably in an act of love. Well, when our culture's trying to tell a story, it can't help but tell the story in kind of an indirect way of what we see really taking place in the person of Jesus. So I think written on our hearts is an understanding of what love is. But in our culture today, this has kind of been twisted, where now love involves affirming however somebody views themselves, whatever they decide for themselves, however anybody feels about themselves. To be loving is to support that person's viewpoint, and to be non-loving is to not support it. Well, as Christians, we think love is not just supporting how somebody views themselves, but real love is when you act in a way that is for the person's best emotionally, spiritually, relationally, and physically, whether that person accepts and adopts it or not. So bottom line, sometimes our culture gets it right. Many times our culture gets it wrong.
My 11-year-old son has been trying to convince me for years that the Marvel universe actually is like going to church. If we're watching one of those movies, it's the same thing. So he would really appreciate your analogy there.